I'm Forrester here, and it's time for my review of the Fitbit Charge 2. I've been wearing this fitness tracker for the past 6 months, and I think I have a pretty good feel for it. I'm going to do my review by covering the top 5 pros and 5 cons, and I think that'll cover it pretty thoroughly. Let's get started on the positive with pro number 1. Okay, my first positive is about the size of the Charge 2. I have fairly large wrists, and the Charge 2 fits me just fine. Now, I don't have a Surge because the Surge I thought was too large. I didn't like the looks of it, but I do have my wife's Alta, and the Alta is a little bit too small for my wrist. The Charge 2 is just right for me. Pro number 2. Because it's larger, the text orientation is much easier to read. That's an advantage over the Alta. The screen is so small that the text has to be abbreviated. Pro number 3. The Charge 2 step counts are consistent with the Fitbit 1 step counts. Now that's important to me because I've been using this Fitbit 1 for 3 years now, and so I've got a track record with it, and I know what 10,000 steps or 14,000 steps feels like with this. Those are my daily goals, 14,000 right now. So it's not so important that these are exactly accurate, but that they're consistent so that my trends carry through over time. Pro number 4. The battery life of my Fitbit Charge 2 is excellent. I charged it up a week ago, I've been carrying it for 1 week straight, and it still has a 25% battery charge. And here's pro number 5. I like getting notifications on my Charge 2. Often my cell phone is in my pocket, especially like when I'm walking, and so sometimes I'll miss a call or some type of communication without this Charge 2. But it vibrates, gets my attention. I can look and see who's trying to contact me and then get back to them right away if I need to. All right, those are the top 5 pros about the Charge 2, but this isn't perfect. There are some negatives. Here's the top 5 cons, and starting with con number 1. Okay, this amounts to just a pet peeve, but this keeper is made of really grippy rubber material. There's a protrusion that fits into slots, and it is just very annoying to try to take this watch off. Of course, when it's on, it doesn't go anywhere. And con number 2. The instant on display with the flip of the wrist isn't perfect. It works sometimes, sometimes it doesn't. And I found it's just much more convenient to use the button that's on the side of the watch right here. Press the button and you can always count on the display to come on. Tappity tap tap, tappity tap tap.
Just tap it in. Just tap it in. Give it a little tappy. Tap, tap, tap-a-roo.
That's what I feel like saying when I'm tapping the screen to get the display to come on and then go through the screen features. It works part of the time, but I just as soon press the button and get the display to come on every time. It's getting hot out here. Con number 4. The price tag for this Charge 2 was $150 when I bought it about 7 months ago. I think it's come down to around $130 now. I noticed that on Fitbit's website this morning. The price for this Fitbit 1 that I've been wearing for 3 years is around $99. But personally, I think they're both overpriced. There's not more than $5 worth of materials in either one of these. And finally, con 5. Wearing the Charge 2 on my wrist knocks me out of wearing a watch, and I much prefer wearing a watch. Folks, the bottom line is I've owned this Charge 2 now for 6 or 7 months, but I've only worn it infrequently. That's why it's taken me so long to get this review out. It's a neat fitness tracker and a good smartwatch, but the truth is I prefer to wear a watch on my wrist. So what I do is I just put the Charge 2 in rotation with my other wristwatches, and when I'm not wearing the Charge 2, I'm counting my steps with this one on my pants pocket. Since they're consistent, I'm not really losing any data at all. So I just wear one or the other and keep on trucking. Hope you've enjoyed this review, and y'all take care.